It is 7 minutes after 9 o'clock. Captain Steve, Tommy Lang, and from HawkFanatic.com, Pat Harty. Brought to you by Deary Brothers Ford, Steve Anderson, Hawkeye Title and Settlement, Mike Seakeys for Cars, Tavern Blue on the Coralville Strip, GT Car, his crew at Supple's Building and Remodeling, Supple's Flowers, home of 1-800-800-ROSE, the Midtown Family Restaurants, Hertine and Stocker Jewelers, Diamond Dreams Sports Academy, Premier. See, that's why I'm shortening this. I can't get rid of this. Diamond Dreams Sports Academy.
We're not up yet. Oh, you up? You're on mic too. Never mind.
Diamond Dreams Sports Academy.
Had the wrong mic up.
Premier Automotive, the Oxyoke Inn of the Amanas, Streets Maintenance, Dr. Lance Forbes Diamond Dental in Cedar Rapids, and Big Dog Tech Solutions. Take it away.
What's going on? Too many sponsors?
No, I can't get rid of you. No. No.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Suter always complains. Too many sponsors.
No, not at all. Yeah, Tom's
never
on his way
enough.
to Minneapolis. I can't get rid of this crap.
Are they driving right now?
I have no idea.
Okay.
He told me they were leaving
I think
Friday morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
My guess is
Maybe they're listening on the way up.
Yeah.
They probably are.
No. Turn it off.
Yeah, listen to something interesting.
Well, Todd's off.
Yeah, Todd's done.
He just what's he from like 6 to 9?
6:30 to 9.
Yeah. I was on Twitter today. He was fighting with his listeners.
Who's up fighting at 6:30 in the freaking morning?
I don't know. Him.
I'm only fighting with myself at that time.
Yeah.
But yeah, here we go.
Yeah, I get a call during Hey Lang yesterday. Hey, they're really ripping Pat's website on Facebook.
What about it?
Well, that's why I was like, well, really? He goes, yeah, he's Hawkeye Heaven, right? I'm like, no.
Yeah,
No.
you imagine me being Hawkeye Heaven. What's wrong with Hawkeye Heaven? I don't know what it is.
It started.
Is that the guy who takes people's content?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was like, no, he's Hawk Fanatic. He'll be on tomorrow.
Isn't he really popular though? This guy that
Yeah, there's a lot of people who follow it.
Well, yeah, he only takes the best of
Well, that's what I told him. I told the guy on the phone, well, you might see some of Pat's stuff on there, but he didn't give his permission for it.
It's like Reader's Digest.
Yeah.
No, except they get permission.
Yeah, Reader's Digest does get permission.
So they were ripping him for taking other people.
Well, in this case, people were ripping him because the marching band had done the Lisa Bluter halftime show. And on the marching band's Facebook page, Hawkeye Heaven wrote, you should do a salute to us. And the marching band replied and said, we'll put it in a hopper. You know, and people thought, oh, well, they're going to do a Hawkeye Heaven halftime show? And they did not like that idea. There were jokes about OWIs and child support and stealing stuff.
So what's that? I don't get, what's that? Is that relevant?
The owners had some legal problems.
Oh, okay. Like I said, I don't know. I'm oblivious to all this stuff.
Yeah.
I
turned mean.
I do remember, I can't remember if it was Rob or something, I found out that some of our photos did pop up on
Yeah, it just popped up.
You know, but no, I don't think I'd ever call my site Hawkeye Heaven.
No. So I corrected the guy, and he thanked me.
Well, thank you for
defending your honor.
Captain, I did a U the other day. I ate at Black Angel for lunch and a Riza for dinner. And I remember after I got the
Captain special.
when I was driving home, I'm like, I'm living like Captain Steve. And I'll tell you what, about 9 o'clock that night, I was very full.
Well, I made a mistake yesterday. First, we went to Taco John's, Tom and I, for lunch.
Well, there's your no. Actually, I'll talk about John's.
No, it was really good.
I think it's Taco Bell for.
Why don't you do that on Tuesdays?
I don't know. We did
Taco
it
Tuesday.
So you went to the one up by you drove to the one up by the mall?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You couldn't find any place further away?
I told Tom, Pat had never driven this far.
I've been to that one, but like if I'm coming home if I'm out there for a reason, I was out there yesterday. I had to pay my Verizon bill, and but okay, continue.
Well, anyway, so yeah, and it was very good. But then last night I said to Jan, "What do you want?" And she said, "I want one of those taco pizzas at Taco Bell."
I know what she's talking about. Those aren't bad. I've had those before. They're little.
Yeah, they're just
little. Yeah, no, I've had them.
Yeah.
So
we got 2 of those, and it's just not enough. It's just not enough.
Oh, for you, those little, no, they're a little small.
Yeah,
they're small.
Yeah.
So what are you saying? You went to bed hungry? Is that what you're telling me?
I was hungry. Yeah.
Why didn't you eat some of hers?
Yeah. Here, honey. let me have some.
Let me have some of yours because I'm still hungry.
I might be having some Taco Bell next week. My dad always wants to get it when
the
Mom's out of town.
The lesson there is you should have ordered the 2 pizzas and then maybe had a couple tacos to compliment them.
Well, I should have.
Yeah.
But I didn't.
Next time,
I was hungry.
There you go.
Yeah. And then I was disappointed because they took Caitlin out of the game.
I couldn't find it on TV.
It was on Amazon Prime.
Oh, I mean, she only played 20 minutes. I mean, they were.
Yeah.
They didn't want to risk injury because it didn't impact the playoff. But I would have liked to have been 21-19 over 20-20. Isn't that what they finished? 20-20.
Yeah, 500.
Yeah. So when the crowd was like 20,000 people there, and it's funny. They talk about all the other players in the league, but what was the team they were shown? One of the teams plays in this arena that holds like 4,500 unless Caitlin's there. It doesn't matter if Asia or anyone else, but if Caitlin's there, they have to move it to the 20,000 because she's the one. Nobody is. I mean, Asia Wilson's the MVP on the court, but Caitlin is the force off the court. It's not even close.
Yeah. Well, Ion
her appeal
released. They released ratings, and Ion increased from last year with those games to this year 133%.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me at all. They probably weren't drawing anything last year.
Yeah, I mean,
I've watched more WNBA in the last 4 months than I ever have in my life.
They released the ratings for August, and surprising, CNN, and I don't know what
Is that what you texted to me?
Yeah,
the ones
CNN went to number 3.
Well, MSNBC
was number 1
at 6 million. Fox used to be that.
Fox
was like 4th or 5th.
It's 6th.
They're like 2.9, but that used to be flipped.
Yeah.
I don't know if that means that how that's going to reflect on the election, but obviously the people that like NBC are watching the TV.
Yeah. And then Ion went from 28th to like 11th.
What about News Nation?
Huh?
Because they have good guests.
I know. They're trying.
They got Cuomo with huge guests and like 40 people watching.
Yeah, it's kind of sad.
I don't get it. I don't understand. Although I don't watch it very often. Cuomo just wears on me.
I don't watch it at all. And is it any different than the others?
They try to be more balanced. They're in the middle. But, when people
Doesn't have O'Reilly on a lot?
Yeah, he just rants and yells and screams. But, I mean, the people that are constantly telling you we're trying to be fair and balanced, okay, then just shut up and be it. Then we'll decide. But they have Ashley Banfield. I mean,
no, they got some big personalities.
What's his name? Dan Abrams, the guy who follows cops around and does shows where people beat on each other and break laws.
Yeah, those
good shows.
Yeah. Those are good. Hello. Hello. Why is this so hard?
Seems to happen a lot.
Could be White Cat.
Maybe that's Suter. Suter's taunting us from his cell phone in his car.
Yeah. We'll show them.
Let's just keep calling. Let's just keep calling and not talking. And what do you think? There is actually a game tomorrow. I mean, a game in 6:30 tomorrow night. We're leaving around 10:30 tomorrow morning. I'm looking forward to it. It's a big game, and there's this narrative out there, and it's true. Well, this is a must-win for the playoffs because they're probably not going to beat Ohio State, and I agree with that. But you know what else that means? That every other game is a must-win.
Yeah.
So every game besides Ohio State, because nobody thinks they're going to win that game, is a must-win. If they want to make the playoff, it just starts with Minnesota because it's the next game on the schedule. But every game, I mean, if they beat Minnesota and they lose at Ohio State, we're going to go into the Washington games. Well, they got to win this or they're not in the playoff. It'll be the exact same. Every game. That's what we're looking at. Must win.
I don't even think of it in that terms yet. That they got to make the playoff.
Well, now that it's 12 teams, there's hope. There's a possible way to get there. It's somewhat reasonable. I mean, the 14 playoff was a pipe dream. It just was not more than likely not going to happen because they could never get past Michigan or Ohio State more than likely. But now they could also maybe join them. The Big Ten could maybe get 2-3 teams in. We'll see. I mean, they take the 4 Power 4 winners, the 1 Power 5 or the 1 Group 5 winner, and then 7 at-large bids. Their hope is to be one of those 7 at-large bids, and they've been ranked as high as 12th before, so we'll see. But they can only lose one more game. At 9-3, they're not in. They will not have a chance at 9-3. 10-2, it'll depend. If they go 10-2 and lose to Iowa State and Ohio State ends up being what we think they are, and Iowa State stays good, that will probably get them in the playoffs. So if ever there was a season where Iowa fans need to cheer for Iowa State, this is it. As much as it may kill you, this is it. You bet. I mean, if Iowa State ends up being really good, wins the big, it'll make Iowa look so much better. So Hawkeye fans, you got to rally behind those Cyclones, right, Captain?
You know, I don't.
We should carry their games.
Yeah, we should. I mean, both fan bases share a lot in common when you think about it. Outside of football, think about it.
I've been offered money and I turned it down.
Yeah.
What if someone offered you $2 million
Todd
a month?
Station carries it.
$2 million a month to cover Iowa State football. Would you do it?
$2 billion.
By the
1
station.
month, I'd sell the station.
You'd come in here. You'd come in here wearing cardinal and gold, wouldn't you?
You'd see me dancing down there.
And would Jamie Pollard be the greatest athletic director ever?
Well, next to Michael J. Pollard. Yes.
Okay, all right.
Imagine Suter having to interview him for the show.
Oh God, I think even $2 million a month. That'd be
Suter would quit.
$24 million a year. I think even Suter would start to love the Cyclones.
Yeah.
But no, this is a big game for lots of reasons. But now in this format with this playoff setup, this is a must-win. I mean, they have to win this game. I mean, I guess they could lose to Minnesota and Iowa State and then run the table and beat Ohio State, but that ain't going to happen.
No.
That's just probably not going to happen. So, yeah, it's funny, though. This is a must-win, but then that's going to be a tired narrative until they lose that third game because we're going to be saying it going into every game. And then, of course, you don't want to go into a bye week with a loss to your border rival and fall to 2-2 with Ohio State up next. There's a lot of motivation. And, of course, you've got Floyd of Rosedale. That's always a motivating force, too. And combine all that together, and I do think Iowa's going to win. I think it's going to be a close game. I think if one team did pull away from the other, it would be Iowa pulling away. I'm just not sold on this Minnesota squad. And, well, you can say the same thing about Iowa, but the way I look at Iowa won 10 games last year with a horrible offense, and a lot of those players are back. But I think they've had upgrades on offense. So I just think Iowa's a little better than Minnesota. There you go.
Yeah. What is the line? I haven't seen the line. Do you know the line?
I don't know. See, I'm like the only one in the media that wouldn't just know that right off the bat.
Yeah.
Just Google it. You can find it right away. I'm guessing it's Iowa by 3.
Let me type in Iowa, Minnesota line. Odds from Fox Sports. It's reliable enough. Let's see here. Last contest. It's doing everything but giving me the lines. Oh, here we go. Iowa by 3.
How about that? Hey.
Look at that.
Bonnie who?
Over under 35.5.
What do you think of that? Get me in a hotel room reading palms.
Suit to take you to Vegas. Like Rain Man. You get to wear the sunglasses.
She was sick this morning. She couldn't go on.
Did she see it coming?
Huh?
Did she see it coming?
Well, she saw it coming Wednesday when she said, I think I'm getting a cold.
Oh, but if she didn't. Okay, so she needs symptoms first before she saw it. Because wouldn't she see it before the symptoms?
Maybe.
All right.
Well, eventually. Look, anybody can.
Remember when she said there's going to be health news next week, and she thought it'd be some big breakthrough, and it was you getting COVID?
Yeah. Jen and I coming down with COVID.
It's like 2 weeks ago. She's like, I see some big medical news coming on Tuesday. Yeah. And she was like thinking it's going to be like a breakthrough or something, a medical breakthrough, and then you get COVID on Tuesday. Which to me is medical news.
That's medical news.
Yeah.
Well, I can't get over it either.
But you don't still have it, do you?
No, but it lingers, and I was told by the doctor it'll.
Oh, I think I had it. I told you I think I had it about him, but I had about a 2 or 3 week stretch where I just constantly would wake up with like a scratchy throat, runny nose. But about a week ago, I remember saying to myself, "Wow, do I feel so?" I just wonder. Some of it just festers, and it doesn't always have to be COVID. I mean, it can be. I could have had a cold. I don't know, but I feel much better now. But it's all over the place. I know people laugh and make fun. Oh, yeah, COVID, hide under your couch. I mean, but
no,
it's all over the place.
Yeah, and there have been admissions to.
Yeah, a buddy of mine said he had 2 friends that were in the hospital because they just couldn't they had to go on ventilators.
Yeah.
They just couldn't shake it.
I think they have both since. They vaxxed?
I think he did say one was and one wasn't, I think, if I remember correctly. But, yeah, it's, you just...
Yeah, this is a strong strain. So.
Yeah, like I said, I'm getting mine in October. And
Got mine last week.
Well, you guys are all, I don't know, say high risk, but you guys are going to be in line before other people are.
Yeah, liver transplant. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but if I think I had it a while ago, I've been told they want you to wait almost 3 months before you get it, but I probably won't wait that long.
I got it Sunday, and then Tuesday I came down with COVID, and that was the latest booster. I've had every booster. So
yeah, I'm just not. But I usually get my flu booster in November, but now I'm pushing it up to October. But I used to go years without getting flu shots. I've never got. But about 6-7 years ago, I started doing it. Just when you get older, it just doesn't make sense not to.
Yeah, they're free.
They're free, and and I've never really had much of a reaction. I mean, a little bit of a sore arm, but like even when I got my shingles, I was told that was going to be rough, and it wasn't. It was nothing.
Yeah.
I've known people that have struggled with shingles vaccines.
I haven't got any.
You haven't done your shingles thing?
No.
I got it earlier this year. They give you like 2 a month or something apart, something like that.
Mine were 6 months apart.
That might have been it.
Yeah.
It was almost $300.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Wouldn't cover it.
Mine was free. Was yours?
Yeah, mine was covered.
That's weird.
I don't know.
You should look into it now. Because you're not the only. I mean, I remember Suter saying, I thought that he said his first one was covered, then he got his second one that wasn't. Maybe somebody told me that. But yeah, in mine, I never got any.
Well, I'll check again, but the last time
I mean,
was 2 years ago, and they said, that'll be $290 something.
It's just nice knowing that I got one. It's on TV all the time. The shingles commercials, it's out there.
Listen, between the commercials for
drugs and sex.
Yeah, and stinking in bad places.
Yes, well, they all kind of go together. Yeah, really. Late evening commercials are. I mean,
it's all either pharmaceuticals or it's people putting.
Now they have a man dancing on the Jardians commercials. Have you seen that?
Yeah,
I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah, there's a man dancing, and you said the first lady became a diva.
Yeah.
Kind of got a big head, in addition to...
It's a big ass.
Can you imagine taking yourself too serious as a Jardians commercial?
They had a falling out.
Because the first one, she was like singing like in a musical or something.
Well, they're out in the street dancing.
And then there was a second one in an office with another lady.
That was a different lady.
Why are they going down the street? Now there's one.
Oh yeah, where everybody's like the guy's fixing his car with his son, and he's like, "Hold on, son, I've got to go wander with this group of people."
Yeah, they're just walking down the street.
Like it looks like a cult
over a blood thinner, right? Isn't that what it is, basically?
Something. Yeah.
I think it is actually.
Well, like I said, my niece sells it. I'll have to ask her.
But everybody just like walks away from their families, their
walking
jobs,
away from everything.
It's like a horror movie.
The woman is painting, and then the woman says, "I'm keeping my weight down." No, you're not. I mean, look at that.
You talking about the first lady?
No, I'm talking about the commercial now. Wegovy. It's called Wegovy. And they're all walking down the street.
I don't know if I've seen that one, or maybe I have.
Yeah.
Same song, the same thing.
No,
maybe I haven't seen that one. I just missed the first.
They're all walking down the street, and then there's one woman that's overweight. It goes, "I'm keeping my weight down." No,
well, you never saw a before photo.
Well, the first lady was pretty overweight.
Yeah.
And then maybe she changes into the dress halfway through the commercial, then goes and does a couple spins. And there you go.
Two different commercials, but yes.
But they're all the same.
No, the one though that bothers me is the one where people just leave whatever they're doing to go walk down the street with a random mob.
Yeah.
Over a blood thinner.
The one guy's like fixing the car with his son, and they were having a bonding moment. He's like, "Oh, son, I got to go wander with these people."
They're celebrating They're celebrating a blood thinner.
Yeah.
It lowers your A1C.
That's so ridiculous. Oh, this crap is just ridiculous.
And then I saw, what was it yesterday? The health in this country is bad. We're like the unhealthiest, one of the unhealthiest countries in the world. Like something. I mean, it was on CNN. I think there was a study where where we rank as far as it's not good.
No, it isn't. And, anybody that says we've got the best healthcare system.
Oh, we
in
do
the world,
not.
it's out of their ass.
We've got the best technology, best doctor, and a lot.
We got that. But the healthcare?
No.
Yeah. The insurance company? No. Because my brother in Germany, he got a hip replacement. It cost him, they're paying for it from the time they're born, basically. But
taxes.
Yeah. But they got a hip replacement. It was $50. He just got a defibrillator for his heart. Okay, it was $92. Yeah.
And I had to think with my hernia surgery, I had to pay $8,000 out of my own pocket, $8,000.
When I got cancer before my Medicare kicked in, just what my insurance didn't cover in 2.5 months was $12,000.
Yeah, I mean, it's just just
a bunch of crap.
Back to the Hawks.
Yeah.
82 tomorrow, by the way. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible in Minneapolis.
Oh, so now they're saying 8. God, yesterday it was the 70s. Now it's in the 80s.
And then for the game itself, Saturday night, 53 for the low with a few clouds.
Yeah, here too. It went up to the 80s.
Well, it was hot yesterday. By the time it starts tomorrow night, I'm guessing it's going to be in the low 70s, high 60s.
Probably, yeah.
Hello.
So you were talking about Jardians, Captain. I take that drug, if I didn't have insurance, would be between $600 and $700 for a 30-day supply. But I'll give it this much: it did lower my A1C from double digits down to just over 6, so I can't complain. But man, the drug costs are just amazing if you happen to be a diabetic.
Are there side effects?
None that I've experienced. No, I know there are, but I don't think side effects with Jardians are very common.
I haven't had it.
You lose weight with it, but it has taken like 20 pounds off of me.
Good for you.
Well,
if it's working, somebody's making a lot of money off it.
Okay, so when you go to work, do you find yourself singing and dancing?
No, because when you're driving a big truck, you try not to do that because it's not the other people on the road.
That's true.
Yeah.
So you try to keep it between the lines and keep the dancing to a minimum.
There you
Plus,
go.
they look at you really funny in truck stops if you do that as well. You get out dancing to the. Yeah, it just doesn't go well with those guys. No, but it's a good drug. It did it did what it was supposed to do for me, and so I got no complaints. But the prices, I don't know how you afford it if you don't have insurance.
No, listen, the drugs are good drugs, for diseases nobody's ever heard of, half of them. I mean, but, they're good drugs, but that advertising's part of the reason that they're expensive, and another part of the reason is called gouging, and it is. Because
it's a profit-making industry. Our health insurance it's for profit.
Yeah.
And
I like listening to Trump and JD out there talking about how they were the ones that got insulin down to $35.
Yeah.
Like, okay, is there anything that people don't believe? I mean, seriously, they could tell you the sky is purple, and the MAGAs would be, it's purple. I don't understand that mentality.
Yeah, it's called that.
Sorry.
It's
off on a rant. My bad. I'll get off my soapbox.
Stay in your lane. Literally, you stay in your lane as a truck driver.
I will. Back to the Hawks.
All right.
Thanks.
Drive safe.
Let's break down that basketball schedule.
USC and UCLA, which we've been talking about for months because we knew they're both going to be in Iowa City, women's basketball.
That'll be fun.
That'll be fun, and a lot better chance of beating them here than having to go out there and try to play them. So, that's a big break for the women. And, both the schedules came out. Yes, I forgot that the Big Ten Network was unveiling it.
It was an unveiling, yeah.
It was an unveiling, yes, and I forgot about it. I forgot about the unveiling.
They wanted to get on the ballot for this election in California to get out of the Big Ten for USC and UCLA. They didn't have enough votes, but they brought it up.
Oh, no, there's some people that don't want to spend half of their college careers traveling to the Midwest and East Coast playing teams that they never thought they were going to be playing. No, I mean, it's not a huge change for the Iowas and the Indiana. Once or twice a year, they have to go to the West Coast. I mean, but for those teams, man, it's so different.
Well, it might be, good for us because, hey, we're going out, traveling to the West Coast.
Because there's how many Iowans
Now,
in Southern California?
Now, the risk is you get your ass handed to you in a lot of sports.
Yeah.
That's not. Hey, we get to go to L.A. and get destroyed in this sport or that sport or
volleyball.
Whatever. Yeah, I mean,
probably going to be.
Well, I mean, they're really good in. Those 4 schools are good in softball. They're good in most
soccer,
sports.
probably.
Soccer, most sports, they're really good in. And so, yeah, it's going to be. But I could see the people out in California and then who are used to living on the West Coast.
Yeah.
This is a huge adjustment for them.
And
if you're
weather.
a parent,
and the weather.
Yeah, you're going to go. I mean, you imagine being like a USC mom, football mom, and you got to go watch your son play at 11 a.m. in Bloomington, Indiana, like in November, as opposed to driving from Southern California down to like Tempe or, what it would have been. It's just going to be way different for them. I mean, it's so, but money. And the reason you say it didn't have enough votes because the people that voted against, they want the money.
Yeah.
There's just too much money to turn away to not do this, at least for now. I don't know. I mean, it'll be interesting to see where the conference goes from here because I still say they would take Notre Dame in a heartbeat. And then right away, if they had Notre Dame, they're like, well, we need one more for 20. And I don't know.
And Notre Dame would get more money if they joined now.
Yeah, I mean, they've narrowed that gap to the point. But I just think for Notre Dame, there's something about, hey, being able to tell the Big Ten, no, we don't need you. We'll do our little. We'll
3 or 4 MAC schools on.
We'll slow dance with the ACC and act like they matter, but we're still on our own. I think I think a lot of it's pride and ego and what have you. But I'm a Notre Dame fan, but Notre Dame hasn't won a national title in football since 1988. Notre Dame's overrated. And I'm saying this as a Notre Dame fan, but its brand is overrated for what it produces on the football field. It just is. So,
the one season we carried it, when they lost, the announcers, they might as well have, rigged. They might as well have I mean, seriously, it was like they,
yeah, they're homers.
God is offended because we lost.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch that Northern Illinois game, but I bet that was a lot of fun.
I never heard homers like that, though, before on radio. I mean,
I have.
We're homers when we do the high school stuff, if we're not same school system, but I've never heard anything like that.
Well, most of the universities, their broadcast teams, I'm not saying like Dolphin isn't Homer, but he's closer to being a Homer than not. That's what they want.
Yeah.
I mean, you imagine your play-by-play with Dolphin just every week and just this stuff blows. These guys. I mean, you have to be sort of a Homer. That's what's expected from you. You're promoting that brand. You're part of it.
Do you think that I don't know, maybe not, but there were times when Podolak would just
Podolak
rip the team.
Podolak would rip, but he always did it in a certain way. But more times than not, he was positive and what have you. But, there were some times where you just couldn't. I mean, like this Iowa offense over the last few years, I mean, that would fall on deaf ears after a while. Even the fans who crave homerism at some point would be like, okay, enough. I mean, come on, just be realistic here. So, you can only go even as homers. But, I'm sure Notre Dame's homers are as strong as anybody because, I mean, I'm a Notre Dame fan from a distance. I grew up a fan of Notre Dame because my dad played there, but I also was a fan of Iowa too. But Notre Dame is just, their brand is overrated. They're not. I mean, if Notre Dame's 10-2, they're going to get in the playoff because they're Notre Dame, whether it's fair or not.
That's cool that your dad. It is cool that I can see why your dad played there.
Yeah,
my dad played at Michigan, and I would have thought, well, he played basketball in Michigan. I would have thought he'd be, Michigan. And all I ever knew him to be, even though we lived in the Illinois side of the Quad Cities, was a Hawkeye. I mean, he could have cared about.
But my dad was a big Iowa fan, too.
Well, my dad calls in masturbation jokes and guys named Johnson.
But he's a Hawkeye fan, isn't he?
And he's a Hawkeye fan, yeah.
He says that with pride.
Kind of did, yeah. I kind of did.
Or someone sitting with Pee Wee in the theater. What's that about?
Yes, that's the masturbation joke.
Okay.
Well, that's one of the masturbation jokes.
What usually triggers it? Like a weird name or
A
something?
weird name, yeah. That's the guy sitting in front of Pee Wee in the theater.
And you just sit and laugh.
The other one is,
I
of course,
cry
if there's
sometimes.
a masturbation.
You lean back in your chair and say,
Sometimes I cry.
Yeah, but you lean back in your chair and you say,
You clearly see
my
this guy's
empire.
nuts.
This is the empire you built.
This
Yeah.
is it.
Yeah, this is my empire.
There you go.
Jesus.
He's got an FCC license.
But no, tomorrow's game, I haven't settled on the score yet. I got to finish writing my advanced, the win for Cooper narrative, which
Oh, yeah.
I kind of find that kind of corny. I mean, win for yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, the invalid fair catch thing, I mean, I went back and looked at the tape. I forgot he was pointing with his right hand, and then he was kind of, his left arm, he was doing this kind of a rotation, but that was his way of telling his teammates to stay away from the ball. But the official interpreted that as him with his arms moving. The official obviously interpreted it as he made an invalid fair catch call. So, like I said, you could argue both sides of it, but at some point you just got to move on.
Well, yeah.
It's done. And I know those T-shirts. It wasn't a fair catch. Somebody made a lot of money on those. Because remember when the guy held the sign up in the World Series?
World Series, yeah.
That's what I think triggered the T-shirts. And I mean, you can have some fun with it, but I don't know. I mean, I've had some people tell me that was the greatest injustice in the history of Hawkeye football.
No, it wasn't.
I'm not ready to go there.
No, there were a lot of injustices.
Yeah. Did anyone ever watch the 1973 season when they didn't win a game? Obviously, I did not watch that. I was 8 years old, so I was luckily not old enough to really grasp what was going on. But, yeah, to think about Hawkeye football, what we take for granted now, and to think in 1973 they didn't win a game.
Listen, we were broadcasting that at KFMH when I went there in 73, where they didn't win a game. And then Muscatine, the high school things we broadcast to, they didn't win a game.
Ugh.
In fact, they went 44 games without a win.
That's tough.
Blaine Calkins, who's in the Hall of Fame here, he broadcast. They were talking about the weather, the cloud formation and crap, and then we were going to make it into Guinness if we'd lost the next game without a.
But then they won.
They didn't win a game. No, they didn't. But they scored. They hadn't even scored in 44 games. And the 45th game, at least we'll get into.
You're telling me a high school football team went 44 games without scoring a point?
Yes.
I don't believe that.
That's what they told me when I went
do not
there.
believe that.
I
just cannot believe that. 44. That would be at least four
without
seasons
a
without
score.
scoring a point. Man, if that happened, that's to me the most incredible. That's more.
When I
than,
went there,
that's more incredible than Shohei Ohtani doing the first 50-50.
Yeah.
Which is incredible by itself.
That's what they told me when I got there. And
I could see losing 40-some games.
second-
I was going to say, West High, I thought, had that streak in the early 90s, where they had like a big losing streak that was like the state record.
But no, he's talking not just losing, not
Yeah,
scoring
yeah.
a point. There's a big difference. I could see a 44-game losing streak.
Yeah.
I could not see going 44 games without scoring a point. That's hard.
All
to
I
even-
know is I joined them.
I can Google that.
When I went there, and
That's something you
they
can
were
easily
on their
Google.
42nd.
That's something you can easily Google.
Google it.
Well, I don't want to do it
What am I
now.
looking
But,
up?
oh yeah, Google it. Maybe, like I said, if they went, that's a record that, if it's true, should get more attention. Although
Hello?
the people who are part of it would probably not want to expose that wound.
Hello?
Was it Muscatine High School?
Muscatine.
Muscatine, 44 games in a row without scoring a point. We're talking football, right?
Yeah.
I could not imagine going 4 full seasons without scoring a point.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, well, North High School went 4 years without winning a game while I was there.
No, I understand that, and I was aware of that. That's where my mom graduated from, but we're talking about scoring a point, not just losing.
Right.
Scoring
And I wasn't calling about that. I was calling about the greatest injustice. Suter will tell you was the fainting Irish.
Oh, Evie, I think, would tell you that, too. Yeah. Well, if he was still alive, I guess.
Yeah.
Remember when he came back and
He will crawl up out of the grave to tell you that.
they had that pep rally back in Iowa City, and Evie read off and got all fans riled up. Yeah, that was not a good look by Notre Dame. They obviously were trying to figure out a way to keep the game a tie, right? Was that?
Something like that, yeah.
And they haven't played Notre Dame since.
All right, thank you.
But yeah, no, there's been some long losing streaks in high school football. And, the gap between the haves and the have-nots is getting wider and wider. I mean, and you guys read off some of the scores. Some of the scores are just 72-0.
There was a refreshing 13-0 last week. It's 13-0, low scoring.
See, that's unusual for a high school game.
It was like Mediapolis and Lone Tree.
I mean, some of these scores you'll read off will be like 66-6.
Highland, I think it was.
Yeah. Yeah, well, there's a big gap between a lot of these teams. You able to find it?
No.
Hello.
Hey, dude.
Hey.
Lang, that West High win drought, I think that was maybe like 6.5 years. And I think we were maybe like 2 games short of beating Rockford, Illinois for the longest losing streak. I was on a camping trip my junior year of high school. We all woke up the next morning and called to check in with our parents, and they're like, "You're not going to believe it, but West High beat Cedar Rapids Prairie."
I have a funny story about that. When I was working here in college, I was like a freshman, and they would send me to the game that they weren't covering, and they give me a bag phone to call in updates. And I don't know what we were doing, like a City High game somewhere, and they sent me to the Regina game. And the Regina game kicked off half hour earlier, and I'm on the phone doing the updates. Get done. I had a bike. I rode my bike down First Avenue, and I'm going by, and I look up at the scoreboard at Bates Field, because that's where West High played, and saw they were winning with like 10 minutes left or something. And I just walked into the visitor stands and called in the rest of the game and called it on the bag phone on this station when they won and beat that streak. Yeah. I was like, hey, put me back on the air. I'm going to call the rest of this game. West Side's about to win.
Yes. I think my senior year we won 2 games, and then when I was a freshman in the dorms, we 50-pointed City High in the regular season and for the state championship.
Yeah, Reese Morgan came in and just did an incredible job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because of Dickel, I didn't see West High win a football game as a 5th grader, 6th grader, 7th, 8th, 9th, and they win a game when I was a junior.
I remember when one of those games between City and West was on Channel 9 TV primetime, and it was a monsoon.
I watched that at the sports column.
They
had it on at the sports column on all the TVs.
It was on primetime on Channel, and it rained so hard that the game, it was not fun to watch. You remember that?
They did a picture special for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, definitely changing coaches, and then Carlos Honore and Vong Psychosi.
Yeah, Kevin Long. Yeah, you had to have good players, too. But no, Reese Morgan went in there, and he built a culture, and then obviously Kirk looked at that and be like, wow, this Reese Morgan knows how to coach. And that was one of Kirk's better moves, too, bringing Reese to Iowa. After his first year, Reese joined him in 2000, and the rest is history.
Ladies and gentlemen, September 8th, 1978, Mark Rohde threw a 9-yard touchdown pass to Sam Barrick with 25 seconds remaining to help Muscatine snap a 44-game losing streak with a 15-12 win over Ottumwa. The Muskies had not won since the opening game of the 1973 season.
Wow. 73-78.
Okay.
It didn't say scoreless, but it did say it was a losing.
Okay, well.
That's incredible in itself and sad. I feel bad for high schools that have to go through that. I mean, that's not fun.
No.
Well, we always had a lot of national merit scholarship winners, and we won a lot of debate tournaments.
Yeah, but no, nobody cares about that. I'm kidding.
You academics.
Academics, all they do is get in the way, right, Captain?
Yeah. Just a bunch of pussies.
Yeah.
Have a good week, guys.
See ya.
No, it is incredible what Reese Morgan was able to do but you also had a school over there that should have been better. I mean, there was no Liberty back then, and Reese saw it, and then you also have to have talent, but you have to develop that talent too. I mean, I remember when I moved up here, Tim DeWhite was just going into his thick of his career at City High. I moved up here in '91, and of course you had Tim's greatness, but I just think he helped motivate others. It was just really popular. Football was big. There was a lot of really good players in addition to Tim, and
we were thin then.
Yeah,
so he couldn't have.
He didn't know you then.
It's true.
He couldn't have ripped us.
You think he would have came in there as like a 17-year-old high school kid just ripping you?
Yeah. Hello.
Good morning. How are you guys?
Good.
That's good. Hey, Pat, Iowa did play Notre Dame bunch of times after the Fainting Irish game.
In the 60s?
50s and 60s.
So when was the Fainting Irish game? I don't remember.
That was like 52 or 3. It was early on in Evie's tenure. And,
Yeah, and I'm sure most of those games they played were already set, too.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah, when Evie had a chance to schedule himself, he did not reschedule Notre Dame.
Well, it ended in 68.
Okay.
68 was the last game. They beat us in Kinnick. I think it was like 55-28. They had Hanratty and Seymour for the quarterback and receiver, and I'm not sure if Rocky Blyer was on that team. I want to say he was, but yeah.
I think he was.
Good, right?
Notre Dame had a stretch in the 60s where it was not very good.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, no, I mean, they were bad. I mean, there was a stretch where Notre Dame was not very good, and that was a smart time for Iowa to play them. I wish they would play them again. I'd love to see Iowa play Notre Dame.
Oh, I agree. My first game that I can remember was as a 4-year-old in 1958. I do believe that's when we beat Paul Horning's Notre Dame team in Kinnick.
Okay, and I don't think that team was very good, was it? I don't think Notre Dame won many games.
Well, I think he won the Heisman.
Yeah, and they won 2 games, I think. That was part of the story of him winning the Heisman. The fact that I thought he did it with, and I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that they weren't very good as a team back then.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Was Leahy the coach when the Fainting Irish game?
I believe so. He was the coach when my dad was there from 45 to 49.
Yeah.
Leahy's lads.
He didn't last much after that Fainting Irish game. I don't think the powers that be were too happy with that sort of tactic.
Yeah, it was not a good look. I mean, it was kind of a cowardly way to try to win.
Calling him a coward.
Well,
I'll come fight you if he wasn't dead for the last 50 years or whatever.
yeah. So, but no, I'd love to see Iowa and Notre Dame play again. And I've brought this up before. If they did, I think when I sit down in that press box, I would be cheering in deep for Iowa because I grew up a fan of Notre Dame, my dad, but I don't know any Notre Dame football players. I know tons of Iowa players over the years, and I know these Iowa guys. I don't know anyone on Notre Dame's team, and I think my heart would be leaning towards Iowa if that ever happened.
Yeah, I think about it. My dad grew up in Davenport and played at St. Ambrose Academy back in the late 40s, and when Notre Dame came out to play Iowa, they came out on the train on the. I think they took the Grand Trunk Western to Chicago and then the Rock Island to Iowa City, but they stayed overnight in Davenport, and they practiced the day before the Saturday game at St. Ambrose facility, and my dad remembered seeing that and everything, and quite a few of his teammates went on and played at Notre Dame. That were pretty damn good players, but like he said, it was interesting. Johnny Lujack was the star for Notre Dame at that time in the late 40s, and that's how he met his wife and got the car dealership in Davenport.
In Davenport, okay, yeah.
It was Lujack Shearbrock, and he married the Shearbrock girl.
Hey, he married well.
And then they overcharged you for repairs.
And Steve ruined their promotion.
There.
Did you know Johnny Lujack?
Huh?
Did you know Johnny Lujack?
No, but I had to have a car repaired there, and it was ridiculous.
You should have got him on the show and bitched at him. Told him Notre Dame sucks.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah, Horning won the Heisman in '56, and Notre Dame went 2-8. Think about somebody winning the Heisman now with a record like 2-10 or whatever. That just shows you the power of Notre Dame back then. That's to me. I don't know how you can win a Heisman when your team finishes 2-8, but
apparently you could.
You could, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll talk to you guys later.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, and Sam in the Outer Banks.
Is that out in North Carolina?
Yep.
Yeah. When was that when Tony Roberts was calling Notre Dame games?
I have no idea.
I have no idea.
I've never heard of Tony Roberts. My nephew,
He's that big guy who helps people with self-help stuff.
my nephew texted saying that the greatest injustice in the history of sports was the Iowa offense the last couple of years. So
Wow.
what do you think of that? I think he texted me that. Is he in the chat room?
No.
He's not. Wow, he gave that little nugget just for us.
Yeah.
Wow. Good for him.
Hello.
Hey, it's Sam. I was going to follow up with that text now that you mentioned Paul Hornig, because it was Tony Roberts and Paul Hornig would do the radio for Notre Dame on Westwood One in the 80s and early 90s, and it was as homer as you could ever get.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. I mean,
That's probably, what year was it you were carrying them?
I don't remember.
Sometime in the 90s, right?
Yeah, it had to be, like 96 or 90. Yeah, 96, I think. Cause
that would have been the tail end of when Tony was doing, because he would do the Notre Dame games, and then he would go do an NFL 1 o'clock or 4 o'clock on Westwood One on Sundays.
Remember, they went a long stretch, Notre Dame, in the night. They had, after Lou Holtz left, they weren't very good for. Remember Tyrone Willingham, Bob Davie, and I mean they had some Charlie Weiss. They had some stretches where they were not very good.
No, and we'd love to have them in the ACC for football. Not. We did in 2020.
Yeah.
We saw how that worked out. So,
yeah. So
how's Florida State working out for the ACC?
Hey, 0-3 since they filed a suit. Just the ACC to get out. Dabo's down there trying to do it without the transfer portal, at Clemson. It's just real fun times. That was the nice thing about listening to you guys during the summer. That, we're around here thinking we're not going to have a conference anymore. And y'all are just like, hey, just sweep everybody up in the Big Ten. Everything's lovely. Y'all didn't have to talk about that stuff, and that's all we had to talk about all summer down here.
No, it's pretty comfortable if you're in the Big Ten right now, especially if you're one of these teams in the Midwest and what have you. I mean, the Big Ten, they're, from a business standpoint, things are looking good.
And you know that 19 and 20, members 19 and 20, who they want.
Well, they want Notre Dame.
Virginia.
I think they'd love to have Notre Dame. And and who'd you say is the other one?
North Carolina and Virginia. Those are the two that they really, really want.
Yeah, but they take Notre. I think they take Notre.
The TV side of it, but the academic side, you can justify it that way.
I think they take Notre.
They want Carolina in a worse way, and that goes back to Jim Delaney and going to Carolina. He went to Carolina.
Yeah, but I think they would take Notre Dame over either one of those schools.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, but they would take Notre Dame in a heartbeat. But I could also see them taking all three. Yeah,
then you have 21. I just, it's so much easier with an even number of teams. But no, they'd figure out a way to do it. I mean, hell, you're not playing half the teams in your conference now anyway.
Yeah.
With the way things are. So, but at some point, I mean, when is enough in a conference? I mean, 20. What? Eventually, you get 24 teams. Divide them into 4 6-team divisions. I mean, it's crazy.
I could see it going to where the Power Four just go break off, do their own football thing, create super conference, the super conferences. Take all the teams, divide them up by 4, go back to a regional model, but it's all one thing, and it's a separate TV deal.
But if they do everything separate, then
ESPN's driving that whole thing.
But if they do everything separate, then do the non-revenue sports still get to share in the money and profits that football brings in?
Well, that would have to be up to the schools, obviously, what they're going to do to fund that model. So
yeah, because that would be a major problem because football supports a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm. So that's right. That's why Wake Forest just wrote a check to Mississippi for $1 million. So they don't have to play them again after what happened last week.
Yeah, Wake Forest they were rolling there for a while under Dave Clawson. Now.
Yeah, they were, and then
I used to have him as a possible candidate for the Iowa job 4 or 5 years ago, but now they have kind of climbed, kind of sunk back to earth, haven't they?
They have, and some of that is the rest of those similar schools have caught up with them. Look at what Vanderbilt's doing this year. Look at Duke.
Yeah, and it's true, and also it's just hard to continually bring good football players into a school like Wake Forest that just doesn't have the tradition. It's just not easy.
No, it's not.
You catch lightning in a bottle for a while.
In football, basketball to a lesser extent.
Well, yeah, because you don't need as many bodies.
Sports have no issue. I mean, you just saw that. Wake Forest coming up there to play Iowa in field hockey, just like Carolina did. So, yeah, we are all we get to talk about is legal stuff around here. It seems like we don't get to talk about the fact that Florida State just is falling flat on their face. So
he beat at home by Memphis.
Florida State may have trouble.
At home by Memphis.
I don't know if they're going to have a winning season. I think they're going to finish with a losing record.
Oh, they're already You look at what they've got left.
Yeah,
they're going to struggle to get above 500.
When do they play Florida? Because Florida's pretty bad too.
Florida.
Don't they play Florida pretty soon?
Yeah, Who's good? 12 overtimes. They're going to end up with a 2-point conversion contest to decide that one because nobody's going to want to win that game.
Florida's got some issues too. Yeah, it's.
Hey, thank you, Sam.
Yeah,
Thanks, guys.
Should we take a break?
Yeah.
Yes.
Suter would have had a break 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Well, he's not here, is he?
No.
No.
We'll be back.
1-800-800-ROSE. 1-800-800-ROSE. Your FTD florist is the only number you need to know to send flowers anywhere in the country or Canada from anywhere in the country. 1-800-800-ROSE. It's so easy. Just remember one number. 1-800-800-ROSE. Your FTD florist. 1-800-800-ROSE. Remember.
For a gift that your loved one will treasure for a lifetime, find it at our family-owned jewelry store in Iowa City, Hertine and Stocker Jewelers.
We can show you diamond engagement rings, colored stones, fashion jewelry, and watches.
Our jewelers are on site, so we can design jewelry for that special person in your life.
We are Hertine and Stocker, serving Iowa City and the surrounding area for 3 generations.
Hertine and Stocker Jewelers, downtown Iowa City, and HertineandStockerJewelers.com. Ask for Willa, Terry, Tim, or Kate. One of us is always there.
Don't wait for an emergency to get a backup for your car keys. Unlike the olden days, car keys have gotten extremely complex. Mike's eKeys for Cars can generate the most technically advanced automotive keys that are on the market today. For spares and lost keys, Mike's eKeys for Cars can produce most conventional transponder, high security, and remote head keys. Mike's eKeys for Cars will keep you on the road. Call 319-330-9185 and schedule an appointment today. Don't wait until it's too late. Call 319-330-9185 today.
Dear U of I, just a note to let you know if you're ever thinking about selling Kinnick Stadium or Carver Hawkeye Arena, please consider Hawkeye Title and Settlement. We're here to provide efficient, high-quality real estate title and closing services. Signed, Hawkeye Fan Forever, and send. Hi, this is Steve Anderson with Hawkeye Title and Settlement. Whether it's a large commercial property or if you're buying your first home, remember we're here to help. Hawkeye Title and Settlement Services of Iowa City. You'll love our team just like you love the Hawks.
Hanging lights is a pain. Dealing with blown bulbs, dangerous installations, and the endless rat's nest of cords, there's gotta be a better way, and now there is. Illuma Lights permanent outdoor lighting from Big Dog Tech. Illuma Lights provides illumination for every occasion. Holiday lighting, accent lights, security, and of course, lighting for the best season, football season. The Illuma Lights app lets you create your own patterns with color, motion, brightness, and static control over every individual light, or use Big Dog's presets to transform your home or business. The professionally installed track system makes Illuma Lights LEDs virtually disappear until you turn them on. Rated at 50,000 hours, you'll enjoy stress-free convenience for years to come. No more ladders, no more hooks, no more wifey's dirty looks. That's the song you'll be singing all year long with Illuma Lights permanent outdoor lighting from Big Dog Tech. Find out more at BigDogTek.net or call 319-395-0800. GT Carr, owner of Supple's Building and Remodeling, has been offering unmatched service and quality for over 25 years. The trained professionals at Supple's Building and Remodeling will install and guarantee the products used in any job, no matter how big or small. They also stand behind their work and offer no-nonsense, exceptional customer service from design to completion and beyond. Whether it's a simple window replacement or a major house addition, you'll have the confidence that Supple's Building and Remodeling is committed to quality. Visit Supples.net or call them today at 319-337-2246.
Looking for the perfect place to host your next private party? Tavern Blue on the Coralville Strip offers your guests the ideal setting that seats up to 80 people for special events ranging from retirement parties, birthdays, University of Iowa departmental parties, dinner rehearsals, corporate events, graduations, baby showers, reunions, and fundraisers. Forget the bland, lifeless hotel ballrooms. Tavern Blue offers 4 private party packages featuring delicious foods, amazing drinks, fun entertainment, a large venue, and easy booking. For more information on your next party room, drop by Tavern Blue on the Coralville Strip or contact them on their website, tavernblue.com. Eat, drink, and play at Tavern Blue.
Don't tell them that we love that guy. And these people say that. I think of my cell phone. There's not a big distinction there from family to customers, which I consider to be friends.
I love working with the people.
That kind of relationship that goes deep.
And when you hear those things, you think, okay, we're doing the right thing. We're doing it the right way.
We basically let you kind of walk us through the process, which is completely opposite of what a normal car dealership would do.
Deary Ford in Iowa City. See why people choose them over and over again. DearyFord.com.
When you go to a family restaurant, you want three things. One, a wide selection of breakfast, lunch, and dinner items. Two, you want those selections to be affordable and delicious. And three, you want to be treated like family. You get all three at the Midtown Family Restaurant. Breakfast items available anytime the doors are open. Legendary tenderloins, onion rings, and hot roast beef sandwiches. And special ribeye and shrimp nights. Daily specials at each location, and no matter if you're coming in solo or with a group of 20, you get the same special family treatment. The Midtown Family Restaurants at Court and Scott Streets and at the Walmart Plaza on Highway 1 West. Follow them on Facebook or at MidtownFamily.com. The family's waiting for you.
This is Leah Pesha, and I've been saying, hit a deer, call Premier for years. But it's time for something new. It's still where you need to go for deer divots and door dings, as well as damaged dashboards. That's what my dad Nathan's driving at and dreams about. Why not say, when your car is dinged, be a deer and call Premier? I think Dad's going to love that. Premier Automotive, North Liberty's premier auto body repair shop.
Be a deer and call Premier Auto Body in North Liberty.
Are you tired of living in a home that doesn't quite meet your needs? Then it's time to call the experts at Streets Maintenance. Their team of skilled professionals specializes in renovations and remodeling, transforming your home into the space you've always dreamed of. From kitchen and bath remodels to complete home renovations, no job is too big or too small. Streets Maintenance will work with you every step of the way to ensure your vision becomes a reality. So don't wait any longer. Call Streets Maintenance to schedule your consultation at 400-4483. Let's start building your dream home today.
Hanging lights is a pain. Dealing with blown bulbs, dangerous installations, and the endless rat's nest of cords, there's got to be a better way, and now there is. Illuma Lights, permanent outdoor lighting from Big Dog Tech. Illuma Lights provides illumination for every occasion. Holiday lighting, accent lights, security, and of course, lighting for the best season, football season. The Illuma Lights app lets you create your own patterns with color, motion, brightness, and static control over every individual light, or use Big Dog's presets to transform your home or business. The professionally installed track system makes Illuma Lights LEDs virtually disappear until you turn them on. Rated at 50,000 hours, you'll enjoy stress-free convenience for years to come. No more ladders, no more hooks, no more wifey's dirty looks. That's the song you'll be singing all year long with Illuma Lights permanent outdoor lighting from Big Dog Tech. Find out more at BigDogTek.net or call 319-395-0800.
Don't let just anyone take care of your smile. At Diamond Dental, you can expect compassion, expertise, and a personalized care plan to protect your teeth for life. With more than 30 years of combined experience, Dr. Forbes and his staff are prepared to tackle even your toughest dental problems, leaving your smile healthy and sparkling. Diamond Dental offers a full range of general and cosmetic dentistry, as well as dental treatment options for snoring and sleep apnea. It's never too early to start thinking about what's best for your smile. Schedule an appointment today by calling 319-390-3703 or visiting the office at 5815 Consul Street Northeast, Suite D1 in Cedar Rapids. You can also visit DiamondDentalPC.com for more information. Dr. Forbes is a proud sponsor of the Hawkeye Wrestling Club and the Inner Circle. Let the Diamond Dental team provide superior care for your entire family.
Football fans, this is Bill Leixenring of the Oxyoke Inn. We are on your way to or from the game. We're ready to serve you with the same quality food and customer service you've come to trust for over 80 years. The Oxyoke Inn is serving our famous Sunday brunch buffet with lunch, dinner, banquets, and carry-out daily. From our Oxyoke family to yours, we can't wait to see you again soon in the heart of Amana.
The Oxyoke Inn.
From the Harty and Stalker Studios in the heart of the Hawkeye Nation, this is the mighty 1630 KCJJ, Iowa City.
Harty and Stalker Jewelers, making memories, making moments.
Meteorologist Brittany Merlot.
Sunny as we celebrate the last weekend of summer. High temperatures matching that as they spike to the upper 80s both today and tomorrow. We do have showers and thunderstorms moving in by tomorrow afternoon and throughout the night and even into our Sunday, soaking us at times. As we flip the page to autumn, our temperatures fall to highs in the upper 60s. That's the forecast on the mighty 1630 KCJJ. It's 73 degrees at our studios.
KCJJ weather. Brought to you by Plum Supply.
Plum Supply kitchens and baths. Your home never looks so beautiful.
Was Pat's next thing?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
Probably a source.
Ah.
Big breaking
No,
news.
I
thought
Woj-bomb.
Nope.
You were sexy.
No, Woj-bomb's done.
Woj-bomb's done.
That was a stunning announcement. Well, I respect him. I'm guessing he's given up a little bit of money.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a ESPN NBA guru.
Always broke like big stories.
Yeah, he and that guy from the Athletic, Charms Charia or whatever, they would kind of compete for. But now he's going back to his alma mater, St. Bonaventure, to be the
general manager
of the basketball program.
Yeah.
Which I mean, he's a big St. Bonaventure fan, and so. But yeah, that was a stunner when I saw that.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Karn.
Going back to that fainting Irish thing, that happened in 1953. And 10 years later, in 1963, when Kennedy was assassinated, we were still playing Notre Dame because that's the game that they didn't play that year.
Well, did you hear the guy who called in? And we had a guy call in and explain exactly how long it lasted. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard parts of it.
Yeah, he explained it. Yeah, they played up until
so.
they played up until 68.
Yeah, and I remember the one in 53. I think there was 6 seconds left, and this Frank Vericoni had this injury, and then the NCAA reprimanded Frank Leahy and said no more fake injuries. Well, how do you know if somebody's faking an injury?
That's the problem. Yeah. You don't.
You could go out there and fake all kinds of things.
I like that Karn remembers the name still. It's that bitter about it.
Well, I remember my dad was so mad. He just, I remember hearing him how mad he was about that. That was way back when I was still young, but I was old enough to know about that.
That was over 70 years ago.
Yeah, well, I'm older than that. So
oh, yeah,
anyway,
no, Iowa fan. When I moved up
pick
here
tonight to win the boot.
I don't make predictions on stuff like that. I don't know.
I don't know how good either of those two teams are. I know they both lost to Liberty pretty
I
badly.
will predict that I think it'll be high scoring.
Yeah, I know they both lost to Liberty.
Yeah.
And I'm not so sure. Now, what was the score between City High and Ames?
City High won, but I don't remember by how much.
Uh-huh.
I'll say City High will win.
Wow. Taking a stand. The people of West are pissed.
Well, then they shouldn't have kicked us out of Carlville.
Oh, it all goes back to you, doesn't it? It all roads lead to you.
We will have that game tonight at 7 on KCJJ. Ray Gilmore and David Fine from the Iowa Heartlanders calling it for us tonight.
Captain Grievance.
Well, I'll be listening to it because I'm going to go. My granddaughter will be marching she'll be in the band. She's from Northwest Junior High, and I'll be coming over, and she'll be marching in the band.
Right, that'll be
so
fun.
I have to go see her.
Cool.
You sound thrilled.
That's cool.
There you go. Have fun.
So anyway, let's hope no rain. There shouldn't be any rain tonight.
Wasn't it supposed to rain last night?
Yeah, I left my car out of the garage because I thought it'd get washed off, and we never got any rain.
What's her name? Whitley Merlot or whatever? I mean, she had it raining.
Yeah. Yeah.
And my sister said there's not supposed to be any rain for the Minnesota
No, it
game
doesn't look
tomorrow.
like it. I don't think it's ever going to rain here again. That's my prediction.
Oh, I have a feeling we'll have some rain.
Well, yeah. I sure hope so.
I like that.
Okay, guys. Well, have a good day.
Mage. I mean, like I said, my grass is hurting.
By the way, my granddaughter marched in the
Are you one up in card?
I am. Broncos game last Sunday.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
There you go.
And
They lost.
She's in the Colorado marching band.
They lost to the Steelers.
Yeah.
I watched that game.
Oh, she goes to the University of Colorado?
Yeah, at Boulder.
She a big fan of Dion's?
No.
Prime time. Coach Prime.
No.
She does not like Coach Prime?
No, because Coach Prime tried to they work hard, this damn band. She was there 2.5 weeks before she had to be there because they practiced
Well, what did Coach Prime
every
do?
freaking day. He wants to replace the marching band after they hit a touchdown with his kid who has a rap song that he recorded.
Okay.
It's not even, it's not even out for sale.
How about
it's just this rap song he recorded.
How about the name Coach Prime? You like that?
Yeah, I think he's a dick.
He's in that commercial with Henry Winkler and Steve Buscemi, where they're pigeons.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pigeons.
Have you seen the commercial where Nick Saban has his own bread and breakfast?
Yeah.
And he basically tells them by the time he gives them all the rules, they don't want to be there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's something like, isn't it like no fun? Or,
I saw it for the first time last night.
Pretty funny.
I don't remember much about it.
Can't do this, can't do that. And he's actually pretty funny in that. And no, it was. I thought that was a good commercial. Nick Saban. My favorite Nick Saban memories after they won like their third national title. The players dumped Gatorade on him and he was yelling and screaming at them. They probably had to be at practice the next morning. You remember that?
I remember that.
He did not react. You could tell he was like, all right. It was just not what he wanted to do. He was sticky.
Yeah.
Stuff's sticky.
He was just pissed.
But I think he does a great job in the studio. I love his analysis. Then he has to sit next to that windbag Pat McAfee, who I can't take that guy.
I like McAfee.
I figured you would, but you're into the barstool stuff, aren't you?
To an extent.
Yeah,
to an extent.
I did the barstool.
I think McAfee's good, and I like the Pardon My Take guys, but some of those guys are just dreadful.
Yeah, for me, I see McAfee, I'm like, nope, done. I can't watch him. One time I was watching, he took his shirt off. He's done that like 3 times.
Dick
Steve could do that.
Yeah, you want to see?
No.
Got him on the camera.
No.
You used to take your shirt off a lot.
Huh?
Remember when we
I
first got the
didn't
camera?
take it off a
You
lot.
took it off more than a couple times.
A couple times.
God, that was pre me getting here,
No,
right?
Coralville. I mean, it was Coralville.
Taking it off right now,
No.
Pat.
No, you're not.
Coming off right now.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Wasn't that long ago? Maybe 10 years?
I don't recall that. I do not recall
We're in
that.
Coralville, and I was doing the morning show, so it would have been about 10 years ago.
What caused you to start undressing?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
What was Tommy saying?
We were dancing.
I think it was when we do like
Remember?
Astro Boy or something.
Yeah, we were dancing.
Yeah. We sometimes just dance on the camera.
Yeah.
Back when we streamed the whole show on Ustream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those were the good old days.
The good old days.
Yeah, good old days.
We'll never have him back.
Yeah.
What's that song? Those were the days, my friend.
Oh,
Didn't Suda take his
God.
I
pants
thought
off
they'd
once?
never. Who sang that?
Mary Hopkins.
Barry Hopkins?
Mary Hopkins on Apple Records.
Oh, so it was a woman who sang that song?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can't believe I just
Lennon
saw it.
signed her.
She made some money on that song. It was popular enough
Yeah.
to where I heard it as a
Yeah,
little
it was
kid.
awful.
Yeah, I could see. That song or Downtown?
Downtown.
How about
Which I hate.
Georgie Girl?
What about it?
I just I lumped those songs all together.
They all suck.
Yeah, I would say.
Yeah.
You didn't like, who sang Downtown?
Petula Clark.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, I didn't like. Who sang Georgie Girl?
The New Seekers.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I didn't like any of those songs.
Yeah, nor did I.
But did you ever play them?
Yeah, I played Downtown, and I played Downtown.
I think those were on AM Gold back behind you there.
Hey, did you see, since we're talking music, did you see the guys from, what's their name, Jane's Addiction, get into a fight on stage?
Yes.
I
I wore my Jane's Addiction shirt the other day to work.
I'm not a fan. I don't think I've ever heard their music. But it was interesting to see 2 band members get it. The lead singer just kind of attacked him.
Yeah, I guess it started when they were doing Mountain Song. It moved on to 3 Days. And then during Ocean Size, they just started wailing on each other.
I don't know any of their songs. I mean, you've never. Are they grunge or heavy metal?
Alternative rock.
Alternative rock.
Yeah,
okay.
we play a couple of them.
You play a couple of their songs.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you know though, if you're a concert goer and that happens and the concert gets discontinued, aren't you pissed?
Well, yeah.
I don't think so.
Except if it's the Gallagher brothers on Oasis.
Well, aren't they coming back?
I thought that'd be first. I thought they'd be the ones who'd be swinging at each other.
Aren't they coming back?
Yeah.
You think
they're already touring.
You think they need money or they just?
I don't know. They'll fight before it's over. I think that's what people expected them to.
You said that
fight.
you'd be upset if the concert's canceled, but if you're the one at that concert, you got a story for life.
Well, that's true. You do have a memory.
I was at the Marilyn Manson show where they put the smiley face up instead of like the anarchy symbol, and he saw it and got pissed off and stormed off the stage.
Antichrist.
I was at that show in Cedar Rapids.
Is he still? Is he still?
He
around?
does still tour, but he's got legal problems.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of women did a lot of things. He did a lot of things to a lot of women he shouldn't have done. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
So what's now? Is he get into politics?
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to matter there.
He's posting anonymously on porn message boards.
You know, we were talking off the air. Cheryl Hines is hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now this woman from
The New Yorker, I
New
believe.
Yorker.
What's her
is
name?
having
Olivia
an-
Newsy?
Yeah, Olivia Newsy is having an affair with RFK Jr.
Really?
They were, and now she's on leave.
Okay, I saw some tweet about having sex with your sources, and I didn't know what it was about.
But they're claiming it wasn't physical; it was more emotional, and I can't remember, and through texting and whatever. I don't know.
They were doinking, goosing each other.
Yeah, I mean, she's pretty good looking.
Yeah.
And a lot younger than him.
But Cheryl Hines is real good looking.
Yeah, well, there's women that think he's real good looking, but you say he never showers, right? No, there's a lot
No,
of women.
he says he never showers.
There's a lot of women who think he's hot. I've seen him on social media talking about it.
Imagine that dude's voice trying to talk.
I mean, imagine having to listen. I can't listen to him for 10 seconds.
I love you.
I can't listen to him. His voice is. I can't listen to him.
It
just drives me nuts.
That's the brainworm.
I don't know what it is, but
He
it's
said
just,
it was the brainworm.
it's just tough to listen to him.
Goddamn brainworm.
But no, she's on leave now. The New Yorkers put her
She
on
got
leave.
his brainworm.
Because, she was really critical. She became really critical of Biden. I mean, she was constantly ripping Biden because of his age, and you just want,
and then
but she wasn't legit. She wasn't objective. And we all knew he was old. Yes, he was old.
Well,
he's old.
He never denied he was
No.
old.
No.
I mean, that was really, and now he was too old, but, Trump, with his damn diapers and
Girdle and lifts and
Yeah.
hair weave and the stuff he puts on his face.
Yeah.
Man, that would get
the constant farts.
That would get old though, having to put that makeup stuff on your face every day.
Court TV interviewed one of the jurors.
Jurors from what? Oh,
from and she said, "Well, I heard some of them, but I didn't get the scent." She goes, "But I heard some of them."
Then Trump would say, "Yeah, even my poop doesn't smell." That's what he'd say. And that would make him more powerful to his followers. He can cut farts and it doesn't even smell. He's amazing. Because that's probably how they would spin it. I mean, politics is just this stuff now with that guy in North. It's just it is an S show.
Well, he's saying it's AI. Well,
Yeah.
you can't do AI backwards.
Well, they did so much verification. It's not AI.
Oh, yeah.
He would have been smarter to come out and say, "Hey, that was 15 years ago. I had some issues. I've grown. I've evolved." But no, he's just doubling down.
Well, this guy that listens to us hypes.
Yeah.
He explained it. What they did.
That's what a lot of people are going to use as excuse. Oh, that's just AI. That's going to be be the most used excuse to try to explain bad behavior. That's just AI. That's not true. That's not me. That's not real.
He said the posts have already been tracked back to state government IP addresses.
Oh yeah, they did all
and
their research.
DNS.
Yeah, the people that broke this story were
CNN broke
they weren't. Yeah, they weren't messing around. They did a very thorough job of
Yeah.
reporting on it. So, but.
Yeah, but that's AI.
No, that's not AI. I know AI is.
Well, besides that, he spoke about that crap in front of people.
Yeah.
It's not just the tweets.
God, when I used to hear the letters AI, I thought of Allen Iverson.
Yeah.
Now I have to think of artificial intelligence. AI used to be Allen Iverson.
Yeah.
We've gone from Allen Iverson to artificial intelligence. I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing.
Well, now everybody's going. There's actually a line in Vegas whether Trump continues to support him or not.
Well, they had till
They're
midnight last
favoring-
night to take him off the ballot, and they didn't. They've come out and supported him, the Republican Party.
Yeah.
They've come out to support him, so who knows?
Jesus. Yeah.
But I remember Allen Iverson. I'll never forget that. The We're talking about practice. That's still
Yeah,
one
it's
of
one
the
of my favorites.
all-time greatest.
Yeah.
Not a game. Not a game. We're talking about practice. Now you see all these commercials with it. He's making some money off that, as he should. I think it's pretty cool to see that they have figured out a way for him to promote products. And I'm not sure what it is. What is it, Car Shield?
Yes.
Is it Car Shield? There's
no.
That's Ice-T.
Yeah, that's Ice-T. It's, I don't know. We're broke.
I'll never forget when I
It's
called Car
broke
Shield, just
or
out of curiosity. I called Car Shield, wanted like $192 a month
Yeah.
from me. And I got to think, okay, so $200 a month. I do Car Shield for 2 years. I could buy a new transmission from it. I mean, it would be almost $5,000 over 2 years.
Well, and then people who have bought the stuff for their homes that protect their appliances or TVs and stuff, they have said, I mean, you can Google it, that, one person lived like in a town that was 200 miles away from where they'd have it repaired and all this. I mean, some of that crap is just... And even if you look at Car Shield...
Well, Ice-T said he investigated.
Car Shield, if your car breaks here, you got to take it to Des Moines. What the hell?
I don't have a warranty right now on my car. I mean, I do my best to keep it up to date. My factory warranty is worn off, and the ones that have been offered to me are just too expensive. I mean, the cheapest one I think I've seen is like $175. I mean, $175. So that's almost $2,000 a year for 2 years. That's $4,000.
Yeah.
What can you? Most things that break you can fix for $4,000, can't you?
Oh yeah.
If you need a complete engine overhaul or something, that's different. But the odds of that are. But yeah, hello.
And then you've had the car too long.
This guy in North Carolina calling for slavery to come back. This black politician calling for slavery to come back reminds me of did you ever see the Chappelle show where Chappelle played the blind black white supremacist?
Yes.
Yes, I did see that. God, his show made me laugh.
Okay.
Did you ever see the show where he promotes Samuel Jackson beer?
Yeah.
I laughed so hard when I saw. Obviously, I can't recite. I laughed so hard when I saw that thing.
That show was so great. I was sad to see it come to an end when he kind of
lost
it. Yeah.
But he made me laugh. I could watch that. I just would laugh the whole
I
time.
can still watch it and laugh.
Yeah.
The racial draft was
Jim
also
Carrey on In Living Color was pretty funny too. His Chuck Woolery impersonation. Did you ever see that?
Yes.
God, that made me laugh.
Yeah.
But no,
I
Dave
loved it.
Chappelle was incredible.
Kelly Caulfield in Living Color,
Uh-huh.
the red-haired, when she played the little kid with Homie.
Yeah.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
She just was freaking great.
But the big thing about that Samuel Jackson commercial, because Samuel Jackson does talk loud, Chappelle's screaming during that whole commercial, just screaming at the top of his lungs. And it's funny. What's he doing now? Is he still doing?
He does stand-up. Oh, he had a
stand-up.
big lucrative deal with Netflix.
Okay, I'm sure he's doing fine financially. But didn't he walk away from $30 million?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm sure
I don't know if it was 30, but
I thought I remember it being $30 million. Yeah. But no, it was significant, whatever it was. And but yeah, no, I used to love that. I got a kick out of I used to watch In Living Color too.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I mean, and that's basically how Jim Carrey kind of launched his career, wasn't it? Because he was funny on that. I like the one where they played the little midget gangbangers, and they'd sit at chairs and have a discussion. That was like David Greer.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
They weren't they like they were either midgets or they were being kids. I think they were angry midget gangbangers, something like that. That was funny too.
All the time on my Facebook feed, I keep seeing the same sketch. It's the Wanda sketch where she's on the dating game.
Yeah.
And the guys who lost all of a sudden just start laughing and are like, this is great. And the poor guy comes out and he tries to fight her. I like the Wanda sketch.
Is that Wanda Sykes?
No. It was it was Jamie Foxx dressed up as a woman, like a real ugly woman.
Yeah. Jamie Foxx sometimes.
She was on the dating game.
I can't.
I didn't like that character. Jamie Foxx sometimes gives me the yibs.
I don't like.
I thought he was great as Ray Charles.
Listen, he's been.
He's a
great
good actor
in some movies. Yeah, he is. But boy, when he gets on a talk show, I got to turn it off. He's just. It's too much.
Didn't he almost die?
Yeah.
Recently?
Yeah.
He had some medical condition. So, all right. Before we sign off at 10:30, Captain.
Back to the Hawks.
Well, I mean, I'm doing 20-17. What's your prediction? You're sitting in Suter's chair. You're carrying on the tradition.
I'll go 18-10. I'll make a weird score.
And What's yours?
24-10.
24. Oh, 24-10.
Yeah.
You got him 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Sending a message up north. No, that wouldn't. None of these scores would surprise me, because like I said, I'm not completely sold on Minnesota as even being a better than average team. And I'm not sold on Iowa being a good team yet. I need to see more. McNamara has to play well. He has yet to play. Now he's only had 2 chances. No, maybe barely one and then slightly more. This will be his 3rd Big Ten game that he started for Iowa. He was terrible against Penn State, but everybody was in that game. God, remember that game? They couldn't do anything in that game. And then, last year, the game against Minnesota, the DeJean punt, yes, it was a very controversial call, but Iowa still had a chance to go 20 yards to kick a game-winning field goal, couldn't do it, and the offense finished with 127 yards. That's how many yards they had against Minnesota last year. Deacon Hill was terrible, but so was everybody else. I mean, it was a group effort. It was bad. But no, I think the offense has made considerable strides. I see them winning this game because I'm just not sold on Minnesota being a quality team. We'll see.
All righty.
Before we go, I want to mention that soccer tied. They were number 17.
Soccer tied with Ohio State last night, 1-1, right?
Yes. And field hockey is at number 1 Northwestern today at 3, and that's going to be on the Big Ten Network, so you can watch it on TV.
I'll watch some of that. Yeah, good luck to field hockey. Northwestern is number 1, huh?
No, Northwestern's number 1. Iowa's number 4.
Okay, good luck to field hockey.
So it'll be on TV.
So that's on the Big Ten Network.
Big Ten Network at
3 o'clock. Okay,
yeah.
Thanks for the heads up. Everybody, enjoy the weather. Have a good, safe weekend. We will not be here tomorrow, right?
No.
Okay.
Well, I will.
You'll be here. I'll be in Des Moines. He wants me to go to Tasty Taco.
Yeah, I think you should go to Tasty Taco.
We've been there. It's very good.
Yeah.
It's tasty.
And they got tacos.
Yeah. Look for his website. It's free. HogFanatic.com.
Casey